Good evening, friends. So this is Bhargav. Today I'm going to explain you about basics of mathematics required for programming. Okay. So this is number of digits in a number. So what is the number of digits in a number? Particularly if I take a number, I want to know in that number how many digits are there. Okay. For example, I take 12. How many digits are there? 1, 2. Only 2 digits, right? So in 123, I have 3 digits. Okay. For that, I need to write a function. So what is the main idea of the function? I will keep a counter such that I will divide each number with 10. I'll keep a counter which tracks the elements. Okay, how many elements are getting divided from right to left. Okay, so that is a function here. So I'll explain you very simple. Okay, in count digit in n. Okay, so in 10, so here 123 will be there. Okay, it will go inside to the loop such that for keeping the counter. So initially there should be an element which should be initialized. Okay, count is the thing which I have initialized. So 123 not equal to 0. So 123 divided by 10. So see, you can see 123 divided by 10 is 3. It will give track from the right to left. Okay, 123 3. So count equal to 1. So again it will 123 3 is removed. So count equal to 1, keep aside. So 12 by 10. Count equal to 2. Okay, 2 is removed, keep aside. So 1 by 10, count equal to 3. So such that that function, the same function I have written here, n equal to n by 10. So n is 123 by 10. 12 by 10, 1 by 10. Okay, count equal to 1, 2, 3. 3 is the count, simple. So I'll maintain stack. In the stack, I'll keep long int long n. So if n equal to 0, return 0. Return 1 plus count digit of n by 10. So I'll maintain a stack. So I'll write 1 plus count digit of 123 by 10. So again, what will happen? It will become 12. 12 equal to 0? No. 1 plus count digit of 12 by 10 is 12. Again, 12 comes to the loop. 12 equal to 0? No. Again, 1 plus count digit of 1 by 10 is 1 equal to 0? No. But it has to return 0. Okay. 1 equal to 0. Again, 1 plus count digit of 1 by 10. It will remain here. So it will return 0 because the loop is broken. Okay, after 1 there is nothing other element which is there, right? It will be broken. So return 0. So it will remove this count digit, it will give 0. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Again it will come down. 1 plus the count digit n by 10, here it is 1. 1 plus 1 2. Again it will come down. 1 plus 2 3. So it maintains 3. So count of the element is 3. So now I'll find out the logarithmic solution. It's simple. Written floor of log 10 base n plus 1. Log n base 10. So what is log n? N equal to 123. Log 123 base 10. Calculate it. You will get it 2.08. Okay, 2.08 plus 1. Here I'll be adding as a floor. Floor of 3.08. Floor means it will remove the decimal points. Okay, 3. Simply you got 3. Okay. Now I'm going to explain about arithmetic and geometric progressions. So arithmetic progression means the common difference between two elements should be the same. Okay, what is common difference? How do we represent common difference? What is the first element? What is the last element? What is the sum? What is the average? I'll tell you. So A equal to 2, D equal to 2. So A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, A plus 4D, A plus 5D equal to 2, D equal to 2. Common difference between the elements is same. 4 minus 2, 2. 6 minus 4, 2. 8 minus 6, 2. 10 minus 8, 2. The common difference between elements is same in all the order. So that's why it's called as arithmetic progression. So the first element is A equal to 2. The last element is, this is the representation. A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus n minus 1 into D. Average equal to sum by n. So sum equal to average into n. Average is first element plus last element by 2 into n. So what is first element? A. Just it's a representation. A plus n minus 1 into D by 2 into n. So n by 2 comes aside. A plus n minus 1 into D. So 2a plus n minus 1 into D. So here I kept by 2. This is at the what we call geometric progression. First term r equal to 2, a into r. Okay, 2 into 1, 2, r is 1, 2, a into r square, a into r power n minus 1. So this is called as sum, a into 1 minus r power n for n by 1 minus r. Okay, so quadratic equation. So the quadratic equation general form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So alpha is minus b. So this is called as common root. Okay, common root equation. Minus b plus of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So here the discriminant is b square minus 4ac. Okay, if discriminant less than 0, they are imaginary root. If discriminant equal to 0, 2 equal roots. If discriminant greater than 0, 2 roots, 2 distinct roots. Okay. So prime number. Prime number means generally 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Okay. So the number is divisible by 1 and itself. Okay. 1 and itself. 2. 2 into 1, 1 into 2. Okay. 3. 3 into 1, 1 into 3. So it is divisible by 1 and itself. Itself means 3. 1 is 1 in the definition. Okay. So every prime number can be represented in the form of 6n plus 1. So every prime number can be represented in 6n plus 1 format or 6n minus 1 except 2 and 3 because 6 into 2. Okay, 12 plus 1, 13. What is 13? 1 into 13, 13 into 1. So every number can be a prime number. Okay, okay. And n is a natural number. So what is factor? Very important. All the number divided by the number completely. So all the factors should be divided completely. All the numbers should be calculated completely without leaving any reminder. For example, 24 is an example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. It didn't leave anything. Everything are divisible. So 24 is called a multiple of each other of number. So LCM, multiple LCM of 4 and 6, 4, 8, 12. So these are the 4 numbers like which are divisible by 4 and which are divisible by 6. So what is a common multiple in both of these 4 and 6? 12 and 24. So LCM is 12, least common multiple, least number between the common multiples of 4 and 6. HCF. HCF means highest common factor between the common factors. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. These are the divisible by the numbers. Okay. 16 is also divisible by the numbers. Okay. That's what. So these are permutation and copulation. Permutation means it is defined arrangement R things can be done by N things. R things can be done by N things. So what N factorial by N minus R factorial. So it is represented by NCR. So combination means R things out of N things. So it is represented by NCR. N factorial by R factorial into N minus R factorial. So the important concept which I'm going to explain you is this is very important in competitive programming. So this may be asked in your interviews also. So what is that? Modular arithmetic. The remainder obtained after the division operation of two operands. It will be after the division operation of two operands, it is produced. Example, A mod B equal to C, 7 mod 2 equal to 1, 7 mod 3 equal to 2. Okay. So to prevent integer overflow, modular arithmetic is used. For example, your interviewer asks how, where, why, where, and why the modular arithmetic is used. Simple. You can say that to prevent the integer overflow of a given number, I am using modular arithmetic. Simple. Okay. So this is called palindrome. Okay. I'll give you the basic idea of a palindrome. Okay. For example, I'll take n equal to 367. 367 is a number. So reverse equal to 0. Initially, I have initialized because there is no other use. Reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus 7. Okay. So I'll explain this program in the next video. Okay.